this is Sherry Veronica. I want to talk about Rachad Rudolph. Hoyte, it seems as though they have the P in his name here from the Barbados Police Service. Rachad, R-A-C-H-A-D, Rudolph with a P, Hoyte. He is, how old is he? I think he's about 32 years old. He's pretty young. Let me go up here and see. Yeah, he's 32 years old, okay? And he was picked up by the police for the murder of Odwin Granum. I blogged on this before, but I got new information and I want to bring it to you. I want to give it to you. You can dissect it and let me know what you think. If it you know, jives with what you have heard or what you know. But anyhow, they're saying that when the police got him, they actually had a warrant for the money, and the money was at his mother's house in Haggard Hall. That's where the money was. And when they went and got the money from her house via the search warrant, they picked him up. And then when they had him in the station for 2 weeks now, that's what I'm hearing, that he was with the police for 2 weeks being questioned. They put the murder, they brought up the murder of Odwin Granum. Yeah, Odwin Granum. They brought up the murder at that time. Now, when that murder happened like 2 years ago, he ran from the shooting and he was shot in his jaw. That's what they're saying. I'm looking here, but I don't see anything. I don't know, maybe it's there. I don't know. But he was shot in his jaw and his teeth, all his teeth like blew out in the car. So they had his car in the impound area of the Barbados Police Service, wherever they keep cars for evidence and they do the forensics. They had his vehicle. So they're saying, what I'm hearing is his name was written all over that particular killing because he was there. He got injured while he was doing what he was doing. He went to a doctor, and the doctor, let me see where the doctor, they say he went to a doctor, and the doctor said, nah, I cannot help you. You need to go to the QEH. So he went to a Muslim doctor, and the doctor told him, you know, that he needed to go to the hospital. And it seems as though what I'm hearing is he is not the boss. He has some kind of weight, but he's not really the boss. And he is out of the Choppers Gang 64. Choppers Gang 64. This is what I'm hearing. He was part of the peace program. He no longer has Corey Lane to protect him. I think Corey Lane, well, I don't think, you all know that Corey Lane was protecting the criminals and getting kickbacks. Okay, you know that. You know it. Anyhow, so I'm not going to say alleged, okay? I'm not going to say it's alleged. Corey Lane was bad to the bone. So, and he was repositioned out of, he's a backbencher now. He's no longer a minister of government. Mia Motley kind of fired him from the ministerial spot he had, getting back to Rachad. They're saying that he's not really the top guy. It's run by Indians. The Indians bring in cars, and within the cars, they're disassembled guns and there are drugs, okay? I'm also hearing that recently the police went to the S.Y. Adams in Redmond Village, wherever it is a business, and they found drugs, but you didn't hear that in the news. Nothing in the news. I don't know if the police are on the take, and they have to be careful how they expose these big bosses because their names can get called too. The police names can get called. They're not impervious, okay? They can be pulled in with whatever sweep that is happening. And what else did I hear? Let me see. Yeah, they were saying that they were surprised that the Nation News said that Rachad Hoyte was a businessman. He's not a businessman. He's known, 100% known, 100% known as being just a drug dealer. He's a drug dealer. He worked for the peace program with Corey Lane. He worked for the peace program, okay? So they're saying the Indians control Bridgetown and they control Chapman Lane. Chapman Lane is controlled by the Indians, and the cars, the drugs, the guns, and the police getting kickbacks, and the mother. His mother, Rachad Hoyte's mother, she knew exactly what he was doing. Exactly what he was doing. Like I said, If you have a child and you're raising that child, you are raising that child, not that you set the child off and skirted your responsibilities. If you are raising that child, you see shit, you see things, okay? So he was working along with his mother, along with the Indians. He became Muslim. How when they come out of the Hotel St. Philip, they go to the Muslim. I don't know why Muslim, but they do, and they become Muslim and wear that white cap. That's why I always tell people, if you want to fool a Bajan, put on that white cap, whatever hat that they give you, and go there and try to talk to them and try to, get their money out of their hands, that kind of stuff. It's a really good gig, okay? So whatever else let me see. Oh, they're saying that they're waiting now for Rossi to be pulled in because the chopper's gang is Indians, and Rachad was part of the Chopper 64, but they're saying that if they're looking at this particular set of people, Rossi will be the next, okay? Rossi will be the next. So the Indian S.Y. Adams, Redmond Village, they searched and found guns. I think I said that. He was shot in the mouth. The money was found at his mother's house. He went to Muslim to get fixed up. I think I told you everything. Yes, I think I covered everything that I heard after he became a topic in the news. So money found at mother's house. Yeah, I just don't want to stop and then I say, oh my God, I forgot that. You know how many times I do that? So yeah, they're saying that the real boss in all of what's going on in Barbados with the guns and the drugs, Indians. That's what they're saying. That's what is being said to me. It's not the first time. It's not the first time. And like I also said, and I want to bring this on, he was part of the peace program. Okay, he was in the peace program lineup, working that money and working and rubbing shoulders with Corey Lane. He was part of that peace program, and now they have him up on murder charges, and he had all that U.S. cash, which that's something that the Central Bank of Barbados need to control. The currency, the foreign currency is it's something that you need to do. Any country, they try to monitor all of the foreign currency in their country, so they would know what's what and what's not. But anyhow, Rachad, Rudolph, Hoyte finally seeing hopefully, because the Barbados Police Service, they make a whole lot of mistakes with names too, but they should have his ID. They should have his ID, okay? And the ID should be correct, because if you do an ID, the first thing they say to you is, if you see a mistake, let them know so they can fix it. That's the first thing you get. They tell you, if there's a mistake in the spelling of your name or whatever it is, make sure you correct it, because when you go to get a passport and things don't match up, you're just in trouble. It doesn't work that way. Everything has to be copacetic, okay? Everything has to match, okay? So Rachad Rudolph with a P, Hoyte, 32 years old, turned Muslim. He's not really a businessman, unless you call drug dealing being a businessman. So, but then again, yeah, I usually have that. When I hear someone's a businessman, when they say businessman, you usually think, well, they're doing their own thing. They're doing something on the side and, on the sly and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's it on Rachad Hoyte. Finally got a picture via the Barbados Police Service. If he has been in the news all this time, why not a photo? And hey, behold, there's a photo of him that I just recently grabbed off of the Barbados Police Service site. So that's it for Rachad Hoyte. He is a drug dealer. He works for the Indians. The Indians control Bridgetown and Chapman Lane. And when they're looking for stuff, instead of bringing in the little people, they should really they should really go and find out who is the head of the organizations and take it from there. Take the lead from the head of the organizations, because once they have that, everything else crumbles, okay? Whew, this is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.